Iran is doing much better than you think. Let's do a whiteboard. Today's whiteboard is, how is Iran doing? I've said since the beginning of my analysis that this is a war of time frame. The United States want a quick and violent end to the conflict, whereas Iran wants to draw it out to increase the economic and political pain on both the United States and Israel. That is exactly what I'm going to demonstrate is happening. The best way to think about this is a boxing match where one boxer has chosen to defend themselves and let the other one, who is much bigger and stronger, tire themselves out. Also, that bigger boxer has a dose of poison going through their system, and they're going to start feeling the effects of that very soon. Also, this whiteboard is not good news. I don't want to be right about this, so please prove me wrong in the comments. We're going to look at strategic position, material damage, political leverage, and additional capacity. First, the strategic position. We know that the Strait of Hormuz has been closed. And you may be asking yourself, are there mines in there? Are there not mines in there? The thing about sea mines is you only need 0 to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. The cargo and ships are simply too valuable to risk running over a sea mine and blowing up. Also, you may be saying, oh, hey, we can do minesweepers. We can't really. The United States hasn't done sea mine cleanup operations in decades, and frankly, the technology has gotten way better than the technology to clean it up. So get that out of your mind. We already know that the Strait of Hormuz transits around 30% of the world's liquid natural gas and 20% of its oil. But what about these other two? 40% of sulfur and 30% of urea. Sulfur is critical for fertilizers. Urea, depending on the time of the year, is basically nitrogen from piss. It is used in fertilizers, but also, almost just as importantly, it's used as an additive for diesel engines. Any equipment with a big diesel engine needs urea to function. And yes, all of that is agricultural inputs. So the price of food is going to spike in 2 directions, one from fuel and one from fertilizer. Let's keep going. Around 30% of the THAAD radars in the world have been taken out. There have been over 16 deaths and around 100 to 140 wounded. But it seems like we're learning about more casualties all the time, which is a problem. The AN/FPS radar has either been destroyed or damaged in Qatar. This basically blinds the United States and Israel. The AN/FPS radar was a critical component for the Iron Dome, and because it's either damaged or lost, now the warning time from a missile about to hit Tel Aviv or anywhere in Israel is only around 90 seconds. Meanwhile, the US is running low on Patriot interceptor missiles, and since the ships can't dock regionally, that means they can't resupply either interceptors or Tomahawks. You need a port to reload these missiles. Let's talk about political leverage. Iran wants US and Israeli diplomats out of the Arab and European world. They're also allowing other countries to transit the Strait of Hormuz. This is a great strategic idea because it isolates the US and Israel. It also prevents wider economic shock. Meanwhile, Iran is still getting resupplied by China. They are still making Shahed drone. Iran is doing better than the news is telling you.